Welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hello everyone, I'm Karen.
And I am Mike, and here it is part B of our dialogues unit for this month. Yesterday, we were listening to Alex tell us about his big trip on a cruise ship where he spent a third of his time, or 33% of his time, at the water park, going up and down the slides, which is kind of a great way to spend your time on a cruise ship. I guess the other part, the 66%, that was just spent eating.
Exactly. I would think so too.
Eating and sliding and eating and sliding. What a holiday. Today, though, we're going to totally change our focus. We're going to be at a good school fair.
Sounds fun too.
Okay, a school fair. This is something that you might have or plan or organize at your junior high school, senior high school, maybe even elementary school. And it's kind of a day off for the kids. You still have to go to school, but it's often a kind of a day off. And it's a fun thing for the kids to sort of enjoy different activities. Maybe their parents are invited. Did you ever have school fairs?
Well, actually, I've been going to my daughter's school fair, and it's actually really fun. The kids get to prepare what they want to sell. They might be selling some cookies they baked, or some candied fruit, or some toys that they have at home, like secondhand, and then they can bring their own money allowance and come and check out all the different, places and vendors and see what they want to buy. It's actually really fun for the kids and the grown-ups.
That's right. And of course, the kids get a chance to not just sell things, but to prepare for it, to make signs. They might even sort of organize some music performances.
That's right. Talent shows.
Other things for the for entertainment and stuff. So it's really kind of a fun, different, special day at school. And plus, the kids probably won't get homework that evening, so they're very excited about it. Let's find out all about the school fair with Terry and Rick in our dialogue. Terry and Rick are talking about their sales.
We brought in 3 times as much money as we did last year.
No way! That's a huge increase.
I know. Now we can buy the printer that our club needs.
So today we are looking at part B of our dialogue, and it's about a good school fair. And like we mentioned, but can you just remind us again, what's a school fair?
Yeah, well, a fair in general is kind of a thing for entertainment, and they will have lots of different things. People will be selling stuff. They'll be selling food as well. There might be entertainment there. They used to have these country fairs or state fairs where, people would bring their farm animals or the things they grow. There would be rides for the kids. So it's basically, just a really fun, casual, relaxed way for people to get together and enjoy many different things. Now imagine you do it at a school. The kids, the students are the ones who do most of the organizing. They get to plan what they do, make what they're going to sell, and also advertise, maybe sell tickets and stuff. And the school will invite people from the community, parents and other people, to come and enjoy the school in a different way. And of course, it gives the kids a different kind of fun activity to do. So everyone loves a school fair.
I sure do.
Absolutely. So let's see what's going on here. Terry and Rick are talking about their sales. So clearly, they're in charge of selling some things at the school fair. And they're talking about how much they sold or how well their businesses did. They're talking about their sales.
It's really a good experience for the kids because they really need to practice how to sell things because they probably have never done it before, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so now Terry begins. We brought in 3 times as much money as we did last year.
Oh, good job.
Wow, so last year times 3. Whatever they made last year times 3. So they made a lot more. So I guess maybe because they are more experienced at selling things, they know how to sell, they know how to talk to their customers, and that's probably why, or maybe they have a better product this year.
That's right.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字跟文法重点。首先来看看单字的部分。School fair, 园游会。Many students sold cookies at the school fair. 许多学生在园游会上卖饼干。我们再来看一下文法重点。刚刚对话提到了 bring in 赚取、赚进，这是一个可以分开的动词片语。我们来看看这个例句。 The new movie brought in a lot of money. 那部新电影赚进了很多钱。接着我们回到课文当中。
There you go. So they did very well, as you said, 3 times better than they did last year. And this is a big surprise to Rick, and that's why he says, no way! That's what you say when you hear very surprising news or information, something that you didn't expect. You're not actually calling the person like a liar, like, no way, I don't believe you. You could say it that way, but when it's something that you're kind of expecting, but oh, it's much more than I thought, then you say, no way! That's very surprising. I'm shocked to hear that. And he explains exactly why. That's a huge increase. Definitely 3 times last year. So if last year they sold, I don't know, $5,000 worth of things, this year they sold $15,000. And it is a huge increase.
So what's an increase? Increase, that is a noun. Well, it can also be a verb. But as a noun, increase means a rise or growth in something, getting more of something, like a number, amount, or size. For example, you can say there was a big increase in the number of students this year. So maybe last year you only had like 12 students in the class.
Okay.
And this year you probably have like 25 students in one class. So that's a huge increase, right?
Absolutely. And of course, when we use it as a verb, we have to pronounce it slightly differently. We can talk about an increase as a noun or those numbers increased. The stress will be on the crease part when you use it as a verb.
That's right. So now Terry says, I know. Now we can buy the printer that our club needs. Okay, that's great. So whatever money that they make, they can actually think about how they want to use it, right? So they probably have a club that needs a printer, probably that is broken. They can't use it. They can't print anymore. So what is a printer?
There you go. A printer is something you will attach to a computer and it will print things out. It will take what you see on the screen and it will put that on paper. This is very useful when you want to write out a speech or something. Maybe you can't use your computer when you're standing there. You put it on paper. And of course, when you're doing advertising for something like a school fair, you can get a really cool looking picture and then you can print it out on hundreds of pieces of paper and you can hand them out to people and things like that. So if you want to take something from a computer screen and put it on paper that you can touch and feel and do things with, you will need a printer, this special kind of machine.
我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字 increase 名词成长增加 There was an increase in sales this month 这个月销售额增加了 Sales 指的就是销售额 Printer 名词印表机 The printer is not working today 这台印表机今天坏了接着我们回到课文当中
So what a great experience for the students, right? They get to think about what they want to sell and they can make the money. After they do that, they can think about how they want to spend the money, maybe for the club or for something like some personal use or something, I don't know, or maybe having like a class party or something like that, right?
Absolutely. And clearly they did well, making 3 times the amount of money they made last year. But we still don't know what they made money doing.
That's right.
Sales were really good 3 times last year. Sales of what? What was so successful? Let's find out after the break.
Did you see that one lady? She bought all our cookies and a quarter of our apple pie.
I did, and she came back later for the other 3/4.
Really? Where was I?
You ran to the convenience store for something to drink.
That's too bad. I'd love to give her a big hug and a thanks.
Welcome back, everyone. So before the break, we were looking at the dialogue between Rick and Terry. They're talking about the school fair and how much money they made from their sale, right? And they said that they made 3 times more than last year. So that means they made a lot more. And they want to spend the money buying the printer for their club, maybe because the printer is broken. So what did they sell? They still didn't have
They made all that money, but we don't know exactly what they were doing at the school fair to be so successful. Here we're getting a clue, though. We get the answer. Rick says, did you see that one lady? He's asking Terry if she noticed there was one lady, I guess, one of the customers or one of the people at the school fair. What did she do? We find out right now she bought all our cookies and a quarter of our apple pie. Okay, so they were baking stuff, baking cookies, baking sweet treats. That's what they were selling at the school fair. That's how they made all their money. 3 times what they made last year. So the food must have been delicious. And there is this one lady, I guess nobody knows who it was, right? We don't know if it was Rick's mom or Terry's grandmother or whoever
Just supporting
it was.
them.
Just some lady, but she liked the cookies. She bought all of the cookies, 100% of the cookies, and a quarter of their apple pie. So a quarter would be like this much of the pie, or 25%, 1 over 4 of the pie. So clearly she likes apple pie and really likes the cookies.
That's right. And now Terry says, I did, meaning that she also saw the lady. And she came back later for the other 3/4 of the apple pie. Like you said, a quarter of the apple pie, meaning 1 over 4. So the other 3 over 4, she came back and bought the rest of the apple pie, right? 75%.
That's right. She bought 25% first and then 75% later. That's 100%. That is a whole apple pie. She just bought it in 2 steps.
我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的文法。That one lady， 那位女士。One 在这里是特定的某一个，用来强调它后面的单数名词。我们来看看这个例句。Do you know that one boy in the yellow shirt？ 你认得那个穿黄衬衫的男孩吗？下一个文法 come back， 回来返回，这是一个不可以分开的动词片语。我们来看看这个例句。Dad will come back at 6. 爸爸会在6点回来。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, we are back. So this is surprising. Rick was asking Terry if she saw the woman buying all the cookies and some of the pie. And Terry did. In fact, she saw the woman come back and buy all of the pie in the end. And Rick, apparently, he didn't see that second part. That's why he says, really? Where was I? Okay, this is surprising. I didn't know about the 3/4 that the woman bought later. Where was I? I wasn't there. So he's asking her, did you notice where I went before that time?
And now Terry says, you ran to the convenience store for something to drink. So he actually left their stand, right? So he wasn't there to see the lady buying the rest of the apple pie. You ran to the convenience store. So what's a convenience store? A convenience store basically means a small store, often open late or 24 hours a day in Taiwan, where you can buy things like snacks, drinks, or maybe some small items, sometimes toys or school supplies, all in one place, like 7-Eleven, Family Mart. For example, you can say, he likes to go to the nearby convenience store and buy some snack because they're usually packed with different kind of snacks.
Absolutely. And there's one on almost every corner in this lovely country.
I love it.
Back to Rick. He's like, oh, he's disappointed that he missed this woman. She was so kind and generous to buy all that stuff. So he says, oh, that's too bad. It's not too bad that she bought the stuff. It's too bad he wasn't there when she came back. He says, that's too bad. I'd love to give her a big hug and a thanks. So that's what he wishes he was able to do. He wasn't there, so he couldn't. But if he had been there, maybe even if he sees her today, he will give her a big hug. He will wrap his arms around her like this. That is to hug someone. We can also use it as a noun, a hug, or I'm hugging my best friend. And yeah, you hug people close to you, your family, your friends, often when you see them, when they're going away, maybe every day. But this is something we might do on special days like birthdays birthdays, or if we haven't seen the other person, you're wrapping your arms around them, keeping them close to you, showing how close you are to them, and it's a lovely, kind thing to do. It can also be nice when people are sad, right?
That's true. You make them feel much better when you give them a big hug.
Safer and comfortable and things like that. So a big hug and a thank you very much, lady, for buying all this stuff. You've really helped us out. So it sounds like they had a super successful school fair.
Exactly.
我们来看一下刚刚对话里提到的单字 convenience store, convenience store, 便利商店 I bought a drink at the convenience store. 我在便利商店买了一瓶饮料 hug, hug, 名词拥抱 Gina gave her friend a hug before she left. Gina 在离开前给朋友一个拥抱。接着我们回到课文当中。
All right, guys, that's all the time we have. If you guys have a school fair coming up anytime soon, we wish you best of luck. Apparently, cookies and pie are the way to go.
Well, the
sweets. If you want to make the big bucks.
Exactly. Or sometimes drinks too. They sell really well.
Yeah.
Or ice cream.
I'm always thirsty after pie, so that's a great idea. Thanks for joining us.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye pie. Pie pie. Terry and Rick are talking about their sales.
We brought in 3 times as much money as we did last year.
No way. That's a huge increase.
I know. Now we can buy the printer that our club needs.
Did you see that one lady? She bought all our cookies and a quarter of our apple pie.
I did. And she came back later for the other 3/4.
Really? Where was I?
You ran to the convenience store for something to drink.
That's too bad. I'd love to give her a big hug and a thanks.
我们来复习一下这一课的重点单字跟文法。单字的部分 School fair 园游会 Increase 名词成长增加 Printer 名词印表机 Convenience store 便利商店 Hug 名词拥抱。接着我们来看文法的部分 Bring in 赚取赚进 How much did you bring in last month? 你们上个月赚进多少钱That one lady, 那位女士 Check out that one building. It looks like an egg. 你看那栋建筑看起来好像一颗蛋 Come back, 回来返回 Hank came back from England yesterday. Hank 昨天从英国回来了。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，那我们下一次再见喽，拜拜。
Hey, 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 it's Kiwi on the street. I'm Kiki.
And I'm Winnie.
And today is a very special day.
Because 15 years ago, on this very day, this gal graduated high school. And to mark the special occasion, we buried a time capsule to be opened today.
15 years later, so we are going to dig it up. Well, let's learn about our history. We have our time capsule filled with childhood memories.
Let's see what's inside.
Let's see what we put.
Okay. Oh, okay, I'm getting nostalgic feelings now.
This is a picture of the day we buried this. Of course, we went to my graduation first.
Right.
And then we buried the time capsule.
And look at this, Kiki, your first ever ride, your first car. Oh, Mr. Cuddle.
Oh, look, your pet rock.
Oh, Sir Rocks-a-Lot.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, no, that wasn't...
I didn't put this in here. It's a letter from past Winnie to future Winnie. Dear Winnie, by the time you open this letter, I would hope that you are married and on your 3rd child. You are probably a vet chef superstar now. Bye.
Well, I was
That's
none
funny.
of those things. This going in the crash. Okay.
Well, you're a superstar to me.
Thank you. That made me cringe, but it also made me really nostalgic for all of these things. And hopefully this will encourage you to make a time capsule with your friends or even by yourself.
Well, it's been great to look through our time capsule. It really brings back some great memories.
Yeah, and who knows, maybe we'll do another one today and open it in another 15 years. But that's all we have for today. Hopefully you learned a lot. Remember to follow us on Instagram and slide into our DMs and send us an email if you have something you want to say in English and you don't know how. Kiki, anything you want to say?
I'm gonna play with Sir Rocks a lot. Kiwi later!